Problem solving and critical thinking with discrete mathematics is a 3-year Office of Higher Education Title II Partnership Grant Project in Mathematics for elementary teachers. The focus is on problem solving, where discrete mathematics is the source of the problems. Discrete mathematics includes many problems related to counting that appear throughout elementary arithmetic and prepares students for later topics such as probability. In addition to the summer workshops and follow-up sessions, the project includes completion of an annual lesson study, an ongoing professional development conducted by the teachers with project staff serving as guide. Lesson study in this project is adapted from lesson study that is common in Japan. That is professional development that reforms teaching by focusing on student learning. Lesson study acknowledges that teaching is a complex cultural activity and that the most effective place to improve teaching practice is within the context of the classroom lesson. The intent is to develop a lesson that emphasizes student thinking, problem solving, multiple solution methods, and discourse. Over a period of several weeks or months, a team of teachers discusses an aspect of mathematics that they know students have difficulty learning. They set a clear learning goal for students and then collaboratively prepare a lesson that is based on research about learning, content standards, and curriculum expectations. The lesson is taught, observed, reflected upon, refined, and retaught. In fact, the process contains considerable overlap with that of solving problems in mathematics. Adoption of the Common Core State Standards coincided with the time frame of this project. Teachers expressed concern about the expectation of fluency that is included in the number and operations in base 10 domain in all grades. One lower grade teacher's attempt to have students understand the meaning of the 1 used as a memory aid in subtraction with regrouping led to the development of a lesson with that learning goal. Upper elementary teachers wanted to deepen students' understanding of number and operations with decimals, so they developed their lesson toward that end. Teachers constructed lessons that embedded the mathematical practices, specifically problem solving, constructing arguments, and strategic use of appropriate tools. Observers listened for the use of precise language and looked at the use of symbols in student work. Both lessons were taught twice in different classrooms, by different teachers, and at different schools. Collaborators observed both lessons. Based on their debrief after the first presentations, the collaborators made revisions to the lesson in preparation for the second instruction. The concept of subtraction with regrouping is not new to third graders, but they may not connect their understanding, constructed from manipulating base 10 blocks, with what is typically recorded when using the standard algorithm. In the debrief of the first lesson, one collaborator suggested that representing 46 as 3 10s and 16 1s would be useful to build the connection. Another commented that students lost interest as each group presented essentially the same response and justification.
I want to talk about some of the terms we used when we looked at those problems. Last week I put a number on the board that looked like this, and we talked about a couple of different ways that we could say that number. Does anybody remember some of the ways we could say that number? Emma, what was one of the ways? 40 plus 6. Very good. What's another way we could say that number? Audrey? 4 10s and 6. So we said we could say 40 plus 6. We said we could say 4 10s and 6. What's another way we could say that number? Maeve?
40 and 6.
40 and 6. Very good. Ryan?
46.
46. Thank you. Right. Okay. How about Charlie? That one. What's one way I could say that number?
52.
52. Yep. What's another way? Logan?
5 tenths and 2.
5 tenths and 2. Very good. So we had 5 tenths and 2. And let's see, Sammy, can you give me another one? 50 plus 2. Okay, good. All right, now what about when we had a subtraction problem like this? Okay. Tell me what I would have done, what would I do first? Emma? Which 3? Just 3, okay. That 3?
Wait, no.
Regroup, good.
Cross out the other.
Cross out the other 3. Is that 3 though?
30.
30.
30, 20, and carry the 1.
Okay. And I like the way that other vocabulary word that I wanted to get at, because we're not going to solve that. But you told us that key vocabulary word we use, which was regroup. Right. My question to you when you look at this problem is not the subtraction. My question is, can you determine who's right and explain how you know? Now, how many of you are looking at that problem right now and are not sure of what you're going to do? Okay, Jack, can you take your name tag for me? And I appreciate your bravery. Come on up. Can you put your magnet here under our unsure side? Okay. Anybody else not sure? Okay, Matt, bring yours up. And if you're someone else who's not sure, you can bring your magnet up now as well and put it there. You're all set, Jack. Thanks, bud. Thank you, Matt. Now, who else looks at this problem and understands what I'm asking you, but you're not sure you could tell a friend exactly what it is you need to do? All right, can you bring your name tag up and put it in the I get it column? What I've done now is I put you into groups, and each group is going to work together to try to solve the problem. And remember, what you're trying to solve is how do you know who got the right answer? Looks like the girls are starting, so you might want to watch what the girls are here. Let's keep it, because that's not as important.
46 blocks. And then he said, so, and then you take.
Wait for Josh. Josh is still fixing some things up so he can see. All right.
And then he says, take 18 away. But we can't take 18 away, so just take this out. We have our Goodbye, Ken. Alright.
Okay, and then we need to take this one away for like 10.
No, we don't need to take that one away for 10. Yeah, because that's 30.
Take away.
Oh, yeah. No, wait. Wait, could have. Because then we take out 8.
Oh yeah.
And we need to. So we had this one taken out. And then we had.
We need to.
This is 30, so 30.
Okay.
And then he ended up with 6 minus 18. All you have to do is, I was trying to make it a 16 like that, a 3. 16 minus 8 is 8. And then 3 minus 1 is 28. 21. Because if you did 46 minus 18 is 32, you did it wrong. Because
Now we have to explain why Jake is wrong and Joe is right.
yeah, what he did is he didn't regroup or steal. What he did is he just, well, I'm guessing that he kind of switched these and answered these numbers around. So it would be 8 minus. She regrouped. She and Jake didn't. Oh, and if he didn't regroup, I just found out that if he didn't regroup, he would end up with -2.
You got to prove it. Does it have to be with words?
Well, we can prove it.
You can't prove it with words. Right. But if you're having a hard time doing it with words, how else could you do it?
With numbers.
With numbers. Think about if you were trying to explain this to your brother.
Yeah, it's really hard to do.
It is. What might you show your brother?
Numbers, because if we're doing math, letters doesn't really go.
Right. Yeah. Now, Josh, I'm going to challenge you because I know you're a words guy. Can you think of a different way to show it? So you use words. What might be another way we could do it?
We could just drew them the whole time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 28.
Because 2 plus 6 is 8.
What's
10
this?
minus 8
Would be 2.
would be 2 plus 6 is 8.
18. So we take 1 away and we take another and we get more cubes for 10 more because we took away 1 extra.
So what do you think might make you agree with
You don't really need to do
Maybe instead of drawing all the lines, we could just put like a line, and that could be long to make it easier.
What's happening over here, Charlie?
We're just minusing 18 from 36.
So is this a minus sign?
Yes.
Can you do me how could we make that minus sign stand out so it doesn't look like the blocks?
She crossed out numbers, and she did what we learned up in the class. So you can explain how she did it and why she did that, because just to help her. He just kind of guessed because he didn't really do anything to help him.
How do you know that Jake is right?
Because now we need to think.
Oh, who did you think was right?
Hey, I'm so white.
It's right here, but this is subtracting. It's wrong.
Ooh, because he didn't